Well, this is the AirTV player from AirTV LLC, and I'm going to run through a little demo of some of the unique features of this streaming box. It's an Android-based streaming box, custom designed remote that we think is really easy for folks to use, a lot simpler and a lot more intuitive than most of the remotes that come with streaming boxes. And hardware-wise, the other feature is this little dongle on the back. It's the AirTV adapter. And what that does is that allows you to plug in an antenna and tune your local broadcast channels and then bring them right into the same UI. So where that stuff comes into the UI in this case is this box. When you turn it on, it boots right up into Sling TV. Here you have an example of the channels you would get with your Sling subscription, whatever level of subscription you decide. And then right in with that are the local broadcast channels. So we happen to be here in Vegas. Go over to channel 5. We can press it and it will pull down the broadcast channel. This is what's on air right now on channel 5. So it's really easy to get back and forth between essentially your cable nets and your broadcast channels. If you go over to the guide itself, one of the things that we're doing is we're integrating also the metadata in. So even though these channels are coming off of broadcast, whenever possible, we're pulling in from our database all of the images, all of the metadata that we can to populate it. So the broadcast channels end up looking very much just like the cable channels.
How many days out?
I don't know the answer to that question. I don't, because that's a standard Sling thing, so I don't know how far out they're doing that or if that's changing or different on different boxes. This box has a fair amount of memory compared to most streaming boxes, so it has the capacity to store a fair amount more. One of the Android TV requirements is that you have to be able to store all the apps and everything, so it's got a fair amount of memory in the box. The other unique feature of the UI is that in addition to having your cable channels and your broadcast channels all on your home screen, you also have your Netflix queue. So this is assuming that you're a Netflix subscriber and you've logged in on this box, then you actually get your Netflix queue personalized as your recommendations from Netflix as they would return out if you were in the Netflix app itself. So if you're in episode 6 of House of Cards, it's going to show you episode 7, or it's going to show you the movies you might also like, right up in the same UI. And we know that many Sling TV customers also have Netflix, so this is a great way to, as much as we can, give everybody all of the entertainment they want, all in one space, all in one UI. And then of course, if there's other things you want, it is an Android box. It has access to the full Google Play Store, so you can download any other app, whether that's a music app, a video app, or even a game app. You can connect a Bluetooth game controller to it, play all the games as well. So it really gives you, we think, an easier way to cut the cord, an easier way to get most of the content you want all in one place.
Okay. Now, OTA, well, you got the different guides like movies and sports and stuff. Will OTA populate inside sports? If there's a game on ABC, will that show up?
It will as we merge in the data that we have. So we're working on getting the databases more coherent, knowing which box has which local channels and all that, but we're moving in that direction.
Okay. Can I hold the remote real quick?
Sure.
Now, anything in particular you want to show about this remote?
Sure. Well, there's a couple of things that we did with the remote. One is it does have voice. So right now you can get Google, you can use the Google Voice on it, and we'll be layering in more voice features as well as time goes on. It does have a Netflix direct button, so if you just know you want to go watch something on Netflix or search Netflix, the red N button takes you right there and you're able to get the full Netflix experience. The other is that it does control your TV and your soundbar, which is something you don't get with most streaming boxes today. A few of them do, but not many. And it also comes with HDMI-C, so that means for most TVs you don't have to program it. As soon as you plug in the HDMI connector, it detects your TV or your soundbar, sets up the IR codes, and you're done. You don't have to do anything.
And this boots right to the Sling, right?
It does.
And then the Sling button takes me back anytime I want.
Right. The Sling is both. It brings up your guide, but it's really kind of the home button on the box. So it brings you back to that. And of course, if you want the other experiences, in today's version of software, you can drop down into the normal Android. You can download anything from the Play Store, bring in other apps, Pandora, whatever you need.
Nice. Anything you would like to really point out you don't think gets enough attention, or something that stands out that's kind of under the radar?
Well, I think it's just really trying to bring cord cutting streaming to that next set of consumers, to not the very techy, stereotypical cord never today. Make it available to others, make it available really to Americans who are used to watching television, who want to come home after work, lay down on the couch, and in 2 or 3 buttons be watching the game on ESPN. And that's really what we tried to do here. We tried to make this a TV box that plays apps, as opposed to an app box where some of the apps are TV apps.